Hello! This is Isle of Cats. Isle of Cats is a patron of mine on Patreon. And we love him very much. And it's actually a cool channel. It's a gaming channel. I've seen that he plays Terraria. And I watched some of that. Good stuff. Love Terraria. And I watched him play some Binding of Isaac, which is another game I really enjoy that I don't know very much about, so it's fun to watch him play it. Check him out. He's a baby tuber. He's just starting, but he's got some pretty good stuff, and it's fun games to watch. So, there you go. Alright, so I didn't really plan on making like a particularly funny video today. Today's just kind of more of a food for thought type of thing. And a little more getting to know me, I guess. But one of my buddies was like, please tell me you're doing something funny. And I'm like, not really. So I decided I would throw in kind of a funny, like, YouTuber anecdote, I guess is what you'd call it. So as you guys probably know, I read the comments, right? And I got a comment that kind of made me giggle. And it was something that I thought about, but I was like, you know, I'm not going to bother talking about it. But then I got another one that was pretty much the same thing, right? And so I figured I would kind of, I don't know, just kind of dissect it a little bit. That's what I'm really doing here. So I can't really give you it verbatim. I don't remember, and fuck me if I could even find the thing. Who even knows what video it was on? But it was something along the lines of, I used to like your videos, but after watching this one, I can't anymore. Now, that first line there, it's like, really? This one video ruined everything else. All the other videos that you liked and loved and laughed along with enough to subscribe to me, and this one ruined them all. Like, that's kind of weird. I don't know. It's like those people that were like, I loved Lost, and then I watched the last episode, and it ruined the whole thing. Really? It ruined the whole thing. It ruined the others, the Hatch, the Smoke Monster, fucking, it ruined everything, huh? Okay, that's weird. So, I always think that's kind of a weird statement, especially to start off with. And then it's always something to the effect of, your opinion on blah 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 is you know, blah whatever blah. They don't really come up with a counter argument. They just go, I didn't like this, whatever you said. It was like, okay. And then it's like, I used to think that you were intelligent and insightful. Okay, so I made a video in which I gave points that you disagreed with, and now I am no longer intelligent or insightful. Okay, well that's fine. That's your, you know, that's like your opinion, man. But whatever. You know, again, that's kind of one of those, as soon as you don't like something, the whole thing is shit. And I don't get that mindset. That's a very weird mindset. I'm finding that mindset more and more these days, and it's a very weird mindset. And then it always, of course, ends with, and I have to unsub from you, and I'll never watch your videos again, but best of luck to you in the future, something along those lines. Usually people are very polite to me, you know, by the end. They're kind of insulting in the middle, but they're polite to me by the end. So, something like that, and it's like, okay, good. Like, if you think you're breaking my heart, I'm glad. I'm glad that whatever happened, that now you aren't interested anymore and you decided to not pay attention to me. That's good. Don't waste your time. Like, time is precious. I've learned in the last couple of months, time, very precious. So, don't waste your time on me if you don't like what I have to say. That's perfectly fine. But what really made me laugh about it was, I know you guys. Like, I pay attention to your little pictures, and I try and pay attention to the name, but names, you know, unless I can figure out a way to connect it with the picture somehow, And, you know, when you change your names, I usually recognize it because your picture stays the same, or you change your picture and I'll recognize it from the name. Shit like that. And when you comment fairly often, I learn you more. So, this person had commented enough to where I knew who they were. And it made me giggle because I knew where they were from. They were somebody that I picked up with a Joy video. And I always like to try and do a Trump support video after the Joy and Onision videos that I make, just to kind of be like, you guys really sure you're here for what I'm selling? Because I don't want to waste your time. So, and the video that this comment was on was Trump video. So it made me laugh because it was proof positive that, like, the system is working. So I think I'm going to keep with that system. It seems to be a good weeding out process for the people that seriously, I just don't want to waste your time. It's not that I don't appreciate you. It's not that I don't want you here. I do want that guy to stay. I want him to challenge me on my opinion. I don't want him to tell me how stupid he thinks I am now, and how that one video has ruined everything, and now he just can't watch me anymore. Okay, we'll go back to your little echo chamber that you enjoy to sit in, and hang out there for a while, because I'm talking my shit over here. But, like, challenge me. Talk to me. Ask me why I think about, why I think the way I do about this point or another. But, I mean, seriously, if you have no argument, don't just insult me and then leave. Because that's stupid. It's just, I don't know, it's tacky nowadays. I think it's tacky. Like, I don't know why you think you need to inform me that you don't like me anymore, but that's cool. You're not going to change my opinion. I'm not going to bow to save your one subscribership. So, whatever. But, I don't know. It's just some of the funny things that people do. Makes me giggle. Alright, so there's a book series that I absolutely love. I think the author's name is Terry Goodkind. And it's called the Sword of Truth series. The first book is called The Wizard's Rules. It's a really good book series. It gets formulaic. I'm not gonna lie to you. It gets formulaic. But it's like Dragon Ball Z. I don't know how else to explain it for those of you who aren't familiar. Sorry. Dragon Ball Z is always fucking everybody's happy, and then bad dude shows up, and then the good guy gets his ass beat. Good guy trains really hard. Good guy beats the shit out of the bad guy. But it takes an entire season of like 40 episodes to do that shit, right? And sometimes it's a lot of training with short fights. And sometimes it's a little training, but with shit tons of fights. So it's cool. It's a formula, but they tweak it enough to make it still interesting until you get to like season 28. You know what I mean? Like, then it gets to be like, oh my god, okay, I've seen this before. But yeah, so it's kind of like that. Every book kind of follows the same formula, but they extend certain parts of the formula to make it different. And there's always new locations and new, characters coming in and out and things like that, and bad guys that they fight and beat during the course of it. You know what I mean? It has its roller coaster moments. Really good book series. But every book, they expose one wizard's rule. Wizard's rules are very important. By the way, fantasy novel. So, magic swords, magic people that do magic things. Lots of magic. You're not interested in magic books? Boy, don't even bother, because holy shit, magic out the ass. For a book that's about magic leaving the world, there's a shit ton of magic in the world. So it's kind of weird, but it is a good read. It's a lengthy read, a lot of books. Apparently he's taken up writing again. There's 2 more books now that I haven't read that I'm like, oh my god, and like 2 more on the way. And they're big books. They're not small books. But they're fun. They're very fun. They really draw you in. Good characters, very relatable. The main character, fucking awesome. Richard, great guy. Like, the best guy in the world. it's really interesting because he's very down to earth and he's very human. I relate with him a lot. He makes mistakes. He fucks up a lot, but it's almost always like an ex machina at the end. Like everything's fucking going to hell and everything's shit and Richard's trying to figure out what to do, and then all of a sudden he figures it out. Like he just figures it out at the right time. It's a great, the suspense that this man is able to pull out of you with the written word. It's like Deal or No Deal when you're like, oh fuck, what's in the thing? So good. But yeah, he's really smart and he just figures shit out. And he's quirky. He's got quirks. Like, he loves puddles. He loves puzzles. But he hates riddles. He despises riddles. He's a very funny character. Very quirky. Lots of fucked up shit. Very adult. Bear that in mind. But yeah, really good book series. And one of my favorite books is like the 9th book or some shit like that. I don't even remember. Faith of the Fallen. Amazing book. Amazing book. Love that book. I've read that book probably 4 times. Great book. So good. There's so many like really good climactic moments. So many holy shit moments. Oh, it's so good. He's so good at hiding shit from you. Oh, so good. Good book series. But so I bring up the Wizard's Rules a lot in the comments, and I think I have mentioned them a couple of times in videos. I'm not entirely sure. But I figured I would give you guys kind of a frame of reference, maybe where I come at with my approach to life, because these are things that I have adopted in my life. Like, I kind of try to follow the Wizard's Rules. It sounds kind of silly. It's a fantasy novel series, but you'll see. They're good. So, the first rule is, people are stupid. Given proper motivation, almost anyone will believe almost anything, because people are stupid. They will believe a lie because they want to believe it's true, or because they're afraid it might be true. People's heads are full of knowledge, facts, and beliefs, and most of it is false, yet they think it all true. People are stupid. They can only rarely tell the difference between a lie and the truth, and yet they are confident they can, and so all are the easier to fool. Now, the funny thing about this one that may strike you right off the bat is you might think that this is people as in other people. And in the books, it's very specific. This includes you and me. Like, people. All people are stupid. All people can think themselves into being led astray. So, I really like that one. That's a really good rule. The second rule is that the greatest harm can result from the best intentions. Now, this is one I wind up saying in the comments a lot. Like, this relates to Joy a lot. She gets in trouble for the charities and stuff like that she does because she does or doesn't do or is weird about or when things get done or whatever. I don't know. But she gets in trouble a lot, and I say that a lot. The greatest harm can result from the best intentions. You can have the only good in your heart, and it just everything you do will fuck up the situation worse. It happens. People have that happen all the time. Somebody's upset, you try to talk them out of it, you say the wrong thing, they're running off to the bathroom to go and cry. God, I've been there so many times. People wonder why I'm single. Wizard's third rule is passion rules reason. So true. So true. You see or hear something that upsets you, and then you leave a shitty comment, out the door you go. Whatever. You never know. That person could have been had the key thing to sway me on that point that they wanted to make. I doubt it, but you never know. You just get pissed and run out the door. The Wizard's fourth rule. The Wizard's fourth... These are excerpts from the book. God damn it. The Wizard's fourth rule, he called it. He said that there was magic in sincere forgiveness in the fourth rule. Magic to heal in forgiveness you grant, and more so in the forgiveness you receive. I like that. The magic is in sincere forgiveness. And I like the last line there. In forgiveness you grant, and more so in the forgiveness you receive. And the only way that you're going to receive sincere forgiveness, these are a lot of words, the only way you're going to receive sincere forgiveness is if you're actually giving out a sincere apology. You know what I mean? Like that's, yeah, I like it. I like how they're kind of blunt and kind of abstract, and then he focuses you into a certain point that really brings it all together. Oh, it's so good. The wizard's fifth rule: mind what people do, not only what they say, for deeds will betray a lie. Fuck else you gotta say. The wizard's sixth rule. The most important rule is, there is the wizard's sixth rule. The only sovereign you can allow to rule you is reason. The first law of reason is this: what exists, exists. What is. And from this irreducible bedrock principle, all knowledge is built. It is the foundation from which life is embraced. Thinking is a choice. Wishes and whims are not facts, nor are they a means to discover them. Reason is our only way of grasping reality. It is our basic tool of survival. We are free to evade the effort of thinking, to reject reason, but we are not free to avoid the penalty of the abyss that we refuse to see. Faith and feelings are the darkness to reason's light. In rejecting reason, refusing to think, one embraces death. Now, that's fantasy, sis. It's pretty dramatic. But, you know, the only sovereign you can allow to rule you is reason. The passion rules reason. They kind of intermingle, because they're important. The wizard's seventh rule: life is the future, not the past. The past can teach us, through experience, how to accomplish things in the future, comfort us with cherished memories, and provide the foundation of what has already been accomplished. But only the future holds life. To live in the past is to embrace what is dead. To live life to its fullest, each day must be created anew. As rational thinking beings, we must use our intellect, not a blind devotion to what has come before, to make rational choices. Says a lot. You know, life is the future, not the past. A lot of people living in the past. I think we all know what we're talking about. Alright, funny words. Like it's some weird ancient language. It's a fantasy novel. But deserve victory. This is probably my favorite of all of them. This is the one that I really, really like. This is the one that goes through my head more than anything else. Deserve victory. It's not enough to win. You can cheat and still win. You have to deserve victory. If you're going to win, earn it. Fuck, I like that. The wizard's ninth rule: a contradiction cannot exist in reality, not in part nor in whole. To believe in a contradiction is to abdicate your belief in the existence of the world around you and the nature of the things in it. To instead embrace any random impulse that strikes your fancy. To imagine something is real simply because you wish it were. A thing is what it is itself. There can be no contradictions. Faith is a device of self-delusion, a sleight of hand done with words and emotions founded on any irrational notion that can be dreamed up. Faith is the attempt to coerce truth to surrender to whim. In simple terms, it is trying to breathe life into a lie by trying to outshine reality with the beauty of wishes. Faith is the refuge of fools, the ignorant, and the deluded, not of thinking, rational men. In reality, contradictions cannot exist. To believe in them, you must abandon the most important thing you possess, your rational mind. The wager for such a bargain is your life. In such an exchange, you always lose what you have at stake. Again, fantasy novel, very dramatic. But a contradiction cannot exist in reality. The thing is what it is, and there's just no getting around it. The wizard's 10th rule: willfully turning aside from the truth is treason to oneself. Also, pretty self-explanatory. You don't need a lot of story context to get that one. Willfully turning aside from the truth is treason to oneself. Bam. You want to believe a lie? You're only fucking yourself over. The Wizard's 11th rule. The rule of all rules. The rule unwritten. The rule unspoken since the dawn of history. But Baracus wanted you to know that it is a secret to using a war wizard's power. The only way to express it, to make sure that you would grasp what he was intending to tell you, was to give you a book unwritten to signify the rule unwritten. Alright, now, you need a lot of story context for this. Essentially, huge, giant, multi-book spanning quest to not only get, but to be able to read this fucking magic book. And he found out fucking... I don't want to ruin it. Anyways, so... the rule is, they wind up kind of telling you, wind up kind of leaving it for you to figure out. But what the rule is, and I have it here for you, the unwritten rule is knowledge is dangerous in the wrong hands. Pure and simple. One thing I say to you guys over and over and over again. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is so much power. And the more of it you have, the more powerful you can be. Pure and simple. Doesn't matter anything else. The more you know, the better off you are. But knowledge is a powerful weapon no matter whose hands it are in. So, knowledge is dangerous in the wrong hands. But, what can you do? You can't stop people from learning. So, this book series, like I said, one of my favorites. I think, honestly, I honestly think I really grew as a person through the process of reading the books. It was one of those types of series. It made you question things about yourself. Because Richard really is like a good stand-up dude. He's just naturally a good stand-up fucking guy. I think he's a model for everybody to kind of look at and go, man, I wish I could be that good. Like, he's just one of those guys. Very smart, very on top of his game, always in control, even when he's not. He grows as a person. Like, he almost becomes that person. Like, he was almost afraid to be the person that he winds up becoming. And he winds up becoming that person. And it's an amazing journey. It's very much worth reading. And like I said, he came out with another couple of books. And I just want to leave these with you. Because I think they're also very good points and things that apply to nowadays. You can destroy those who speak the truth, but you cannot destroy the truth itself. And there have always been those who hate, and there always will be.
Thank you.